we have so many voices in the team right now. I think we like everyone wants to talk and give decisions, and it's really good. But like five players giving decisions like or like giving like options and no one like being like decisive is obviously not good.
First off,
Mhm.
Flakked of Team Heretics, thank you so much for taking the time and just doing this interview. I really appreciate it. Um, Finishing off week one, 2-1, a very good showing for this team. I just want to start off by just asking, how are you feeling right now in light of the team's performance right now?
I mean, I think we're like fine. I think like we are not like mega overexcited. I think because especially like the first game against Mad Lions, we did get like destroyed. Um, and I would be lying if I said it didn't like emotionally affect me. It's not because like I mean I don't consider myself like mega emotional like too much. I for sure like emotional like if I'm on a bad streak or I'm not performing well, for sure I don't feel like the happy guy that I'm usually or the that I think I am. But like ending like now 2-1, to be honest, it's a bit of a relief because we didn't show anything in the game of Medallions. So I was like really scared of like, are we capable of like, you know, transferring what we do in scrims to this stage? I think we still have a lot of things to work on and improve. But at least we're like a bit more confident now, and we have like more trust in the team and in ourselves because we basically just showed ourselves that we know how to play the game and we know how to even though we make a lot of mistakes, we still know how to play the game and how to be good players. um, so I would say it's like a bittersweet feeling. Like I don't mind losing. I know the format is like really short, but losing like we did against Mad Lions, obviously it like no one likes this, and it's for sure like hard to process those defeats. But for sure, I'm really proud of my teammates because we actually managed to, like the next day we went to the office a bit early. We watched the game. Uh, to be honest, there was not much to watch, but like already like the players putting effort the exact same day. Like it wasn't like the coach saying, "Oh, let's watch the game." It was like it came from us, like, "Okay, let's watch the game." Yankas had like 2 points. He wanted to mention because we kind of lost the game in like the jungle. So we stocked everything, but I'm for sure I would say like bittersweet feeling. We are happy, but like of course we still have a lot of things to improve.
Yeah, and of course, appreciate you going to that lengths and explaining your answer. But going as you mentioned, you guys had to rebound and refocus and for the rest of this week following that first day loss to Mad Lions. And so you mentioned about you guys regrouping, getting back to the swing of things in the next day after that match. But exactly what were some of the issues slash challenges that you and the rest of the team identified that then was fixed for the next two matches against Rogue and just recently Giant
Mhm.
X.
I mean, for sure, I think the biggest issues were like one is communication. I think we have so many voices in the team right now. I think we like everyone wants to talk and give decisions, and it's really good. But like five players giving decisions, like or like giving like options, and no one like being like decisive is obviously not good because it's just like so much information, and you basically cannot choose like any decision because you're like hitting so many things at the same time. And I would say the other thing we put like more emphasis now is like respecting, like, I mean it sounds like really basic, but like you need to be like conscious that you're doing it, but it's just respecting your comp. Like what does your comp need and what does your comp want to do. Like
Mhm.
for example, in the game against Mad Lions, we just wanted to basically scale and make the game stable, make sure we don't get invaded that much through bot because they had like prio and they had like stronger jungle. Um, and the first thing we did was just like take a fight on like a losing 4v4, and we basically like they managed to snowball through that mistake. So I would say like the main two things we're focusing now is try to be a bit like more quiet, like quieter in game, and being um like making conscious or like making everyone aware, like why do we pick something, and how do we want to play with that thing we're picking.
Mhm. And going a little bit into the comments you mentioned about how Ariel was talking at once during those initial parts of week one. What's the comms like? What's the comms like now? Who's the main shot caller within the team? If you can share, and how you guys work off of that.
I mean, I think like the guy that talks the most early game is Jankos, and makes sense, right? He's the jungle, so unless we are drafting like a Draven or like a carry top lane, that guy usually should like be calling for like the resources. But if we're playing like a game like today, for example, like we're playing like Bard and the Varus and Akali mid, we don't like necessarily need to like snowball or stomp anything. We just need to make sure the game is stable and play with our moves. Um, but I would say like Jankos is making like the decisive calls and making sure that everyone is like calm. Um, but we still need to improve because like our meeting was like really messy. If the people saw the game today, our meeting was really messy. Our Nashor was like really far from clean, I would say,
Mhm.
and that's basically because the same mistake is like it's like repeating. Obviously, it's like repeating way less, but it's still something that is repeating, so we need to fix it. But Jankos made sure that on stage, he keeps us calm usually, and he's like, "Okay, guys, chill, hear me out, let's do this." And at this point, and sometimes when like things are not going well, it's just better to it. It's
Sorry about that. It's
um,
just
it's
sorry about
it's
that.
it's bad. Like sometimes when you're like in a winning position and you are like really like unsure what to do, it's just better to like everyone goes for one play. It doesn't matter if it's like the best play, the most optimal play, as long as you guys are like committed and playing as a team, you will have like less chance of like inting or just throwing. So I would say, yeah, I would say Jankos for sure is like taking care of like the boys like department, let's say. But for sure, it's something that we really need to fix, because if we play better teams and they will make better decisions, it's gonna be just harder for us to react naturally.
Yeah, of course. And again, sorry about that. Someone coming in from
It's
the door.
completely fine. It's completely fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned about Yankos and the whole team and how you guys are working together. And of course, working off of that, it's a new team, a new roster for 2024. Of course, you had Yankos coming over as your team from last season, but you guys brought in Wunder, Perks, and then Kaiser um, for this year's iteration of the roster. So it's a sort of a two-part question. First off,
Mhm.
what's it like working with this new team, new teammates ish? If that's the right thing to say. And also, how have you been working with Kaiser specifically in the bot lane?
Mhm. I mean, I think the team is like really like we have like a really good vibe, because I played with Yankos for like this year is gonna be my third year with Yankos competing. Wunder Yankos Perks, they played for like so many years, and they basically made like history in Europe. They almost do like the golden road, and Perks played last year with Kaiser, so everyone basically knows each other. So it's really easy to to like talk through stuff, and avoid like not like ego issues, but like avoid this basically like little kid stuff. Like if someone is like mad or something, um I think I mean, of course you can tell that they're like grown up people. They're like way older than me. I mean, not okay, not way older, it sounds like I'm blaming them, but like for sure that they have like a lot of experience. They're like way more experienced players than me. They're like top my top set is like full veterans, and you can feel it, because for example in the game of yesterday, it's really easy to just to like if you're like less experienced or you're like rookie, it's really easy to like let that affect you a lot, and basically ruin the entire week, and it's probably gonna snowball and stuff. But for us it was really simple. We said, okay guys, what we did is shit. We played disgustingly horrible, but it's fine. We still have like 8 more games. Let's rewatch what happened. Let's try to get something from it, and let's not let this lose affect us, because Like to be honest, everyone knew like we are good at the game, and everyone knew after we inted on the blue buff, like the game was over already. So it's not like we keep like a garage or something into ourselves. We just like accepted, we inted, and let's move on to the next game. And with Kaiser, working with him is really nice. Um, I think like still we have like we everyone has like really good ideas on like how to play the game and like the view of the game, but we still need to like make a common ground. And with guys it's really easy to talk basically. Like if I think something is wrong and he doesn't think it's wrong, we just basically have like a normal conversation between teammates. And that's basically like with everything we can like talk everything through it. If for example Lucian Nami for example is meta and I decide that I don't want to play it, he respects my decision. Maybe if it's something really strong, he will be like okay, he will like encourage me to trying stuff. But at the end of the day, as long like the good thing I like about this team is if we find an issue, we always know how to put a solution, basically.
Mhm.
So if, for example, tomorrow I go into the office and I say, guys, Draven is broken, but I really don't want to play it. Let's ban Draven every single game. The first reaction is not gonna be like, oh, but you're trolling. I mean, maybe like in a funny way, but like for sure, like the team overall will make sure that we find a solution for the issue, and there's not going to be problems of like like ego battles or like toxicity basically.
Yeah, and of course, hopefully you guys can continue that momentum for week two in the split. Flakked, once again, thank you so much for taking the time and just answering
Thank you.
all my questions. Again, apologies for the slight interruption in the
Because you're
background.
completely fine. All good, all good.
All right
Thank you
then,
so much.
and that said, best of luck in the future.
Thank you so much. See ya.